The internet has exploded once again, and this time, the reason has shaken even the most loyal fans of Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. A mysterious audio clip has surfaced online, allegedly featuring Xiao Zhan's voice confessing something no one ever expected to hear. Within minutes of its leak, hashtags began flooding every social platform, sending the fandom into a frenzy. Could this really be Xiao Zhan's voice? And did he just admit his feelings for Wang Yibo? The clip, only 45 seconds long, first appeared late last night on a private fan forum before spreading like wildfire across Weibo and Twitter. In the recording, a man's voice, calm, emotional, and eerily familiar, says, "It's been years, but I still can't forget how he made me feel." Some bonds never fade. That single line was all it took for chaos to unfold. Fans immediately recognized the tone, the pauses, and even the gentle laugh at the end, everything that resembled Xiao Zhan's speaking pattern. Others insisted it was edited, taken out of context, or even generated using AI. But the timing of the leak made the mystery even deeper. Just days earlier, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo were rumored to have crossed paths secretly during an event in Beijing. Though neither of them posted photos, multiple witnesses claimed to have seen them exchange brief smiles backstage. Some even noticed Xiao Zhan wearing a bracelet identical to one Wang Yibo had worn months before. Now, with this audio leak, fans are convinced something more is happening behind closed doors. But how did this all begin? To understand the storm, we have to go back to where their story started, the phenomenon known as the Untamed. When Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo first appeared together in 2019, no one expected their chemistry to become one of the most talked about partnerships in Asian entertainment history. Their bond, both on and off camera, felt effortless, the kind of connection that couldn't be manufactured. Even after the drama ended, every glance, every laugh, every quiet moment between them was dissected by millions of fans around the world. But as fame grew, so did the scrutiny. Both actors faced pressure from management, tabloids, and the relentless eyes of the public. Eventually, they drifted apart professionally, taking separate paths. Yet, fans never stopped hoping for their reunion. Now, years later, this leaked audio has reopened wounds and questions. Was Xiao Zhan truly expressing his emotions privately, or was this a manipulated recording designed to stir chaos? And if it was real, what made him speak out now, after years of silence? Sources close to Xiao Zhan's team have neither confirmed nor denied the authenticity of the clip. One insider, however, hinted that Xiao Zhan had recently been working on a personal project involving recorded reflections, something that blended art, emotion, and honesty. Could the audio have come from that? Meanwhile, Wang Yibo's side has remained completely silent. No posts, no statements, not even a public appearance. Fans interpret that silence in two very different ways. Some see it as caution, others as quiet acknowledgement. But the real emotional turning point came when Xiao Zhan's studio finally released a brief statement this morning. It read, "We are aware of the circulating material. Some emotions belong to the past, and some words were never meant to be shared publicly. We ask for understanding." Those words, "some emotions belong to the past," sent the internet into meltdown. Was that an indirect confirmation? Was Xiao Zhan admitting that the feelings in the recording were his, but from long ago? Fans flooded the comments section, writing messages like, "Even if it's old, it's still real." The way he spoke, you can feel the sincerity. If it was love, it never really ended. Soon after, eagle-eyed followers noticed something else, a subtle move from Wang Yibo. He liked an old fan post from 2020 featuring a quote, "Real bonds don't need to be explained." Within minutes, that post skyrocketed in engagement. It was the first interaction linked to Xiao Zhan in years. Was it a coincidence? Or was it his quiet way of speaking when words couldn't? Behind the headlines, both stars have been navigating their own journeys. Xiao Zhan has grown from a rising idol into one of China's most respected actors. Wang Yibo has evolved into a global icon, balancing music, acting, and motorsport with grace. Yet, despite their separate lives, fans always sense an unspoken connection, something deeper than friendship, something neither of them ever addressed directly. Now, this audio leak has reignited everything, the passion, the hope, the mystery. As the story unfolds, media analysts believe this could mark a turning point in how both stars handle their public image. Some say Xiao Zhan's message about private emotions could be his way of taking ownership of his truth. Others believe it's a plea for privacy, a reminder that even the brightest stars deserve to love quietly, without the world demanding proof. Late last night, after the statement went viral, Xiao Zhan's social media account posted a single image, a dimly lit studio microphone with the caption, "The truth will always be in the voice." It was poetic, haunting, and personal, and fans instantly flooded the comments with hearts and messages of support. One top comment read, "If it was you, we understand." Some stories don't need an ending, just a beginning that mattered. As of now, no one knows who leaked the recording or why. But what's undeniable is the effect it's had, rekindling the emotions of millions who once believed in the silent magic between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. Whether the audio was real or staged, heartfelt or artistic, one thing is certain: it reminded the world of their unmatched chemistry, their history, and the kind of bond that blurs the line between fiction and reality. The story didn't end with the leaked audio, it only got bigger. In the days following the scandal, social media couldn't talk about anything else. Millions of fans across Asia woke up each morning searching for updates, desperate to know the truth behind Xiao Zhan's mysterious words. The clip was dissected in every way possible, analyzed by sound engineers, replayed by fan groups, and even slowed down to confirm the tone, the breathing, and the pauses that only Xiao Zhan could make. But as the internet buzzed with theories, something unexpected happened. Xiao Zhan disappeared from the public eye. No appearances, no online activity, not a single post. For a man who usually balanced grace and transparency, the sudden silence was deafening. Some insiders whispered that he had flown abroad for a creative retreat, while others believed he was lying low to let the chaos die down. Meanwhile, Wang Yibo, too, maintained complete silence. He continued attending scheduled events, but fans noticed his demeanor had changed. He looked more serious, more distant. During one red carpet interview, a reporter asked casually about recent rumors, and though the question didn't name Xiao Zhan directly, the crowd fell quiet. Wang Yibo smiled faintly and said, "Not every truth needs to be explained. Some things speak for themselves." That one line reignited the internet. Fans immediately linked it to the leaked audio, interpreting it as his indirect confirmation, a subtle acknowledgement that something real once existed between them. The clip of that moment spread like wildfire, gathering millions of views in hours. Hashtags like hashtag Wang Yibo speaks and hashtag Xiao Zhan audio truth took over the trending charts again. Behind the scenes, however, those close to Xiao Zhan described a man struggling to balance emotion and responsibility. One production staff member revealed he didn't expect something so private to go public. Those were his words, but they weren't meant for anyone else to hear. Apparently, the audio had been recorded months ago as part of Xiao Zhan's personal journaling process, a voice note meant to capture emotions he was trying to release. No one knows who leaked it, but the betrayal left him shaken. Still, his silence wasn't cold. It was thoughtful. For weeks, Xiao Zhan stayed out of the spotlight, reflecting, writing, and healing. Then, one evening, fans noticed something. His official fan cafe updated its banner with a simple quote: "When the world misinterprets your heart, silence becomes your language." It wasn't signed, but everyone knew who wrote it. At the same time, Wang Yibo was spotted leaving a music studio late at night. Paparazzi photos captured him wearing the same jacket fans remembered from the Untamed promotional tour. The next day, speculation skyrocketed. Was he working on something related to Xiao Zhan? Or was it coincidence? 2 weeks later, their connection deepened even more. During a fashion event in Shanghai, Wang Yibo's playlist accidentally revealed a new unreleased song playing in the background. The lyrics caught everyone's attention. "Even if the world forgets, I still remember your name in silence." Fans froze. The melody was soft, nostalgic, and undeniably emotional. Within minutes, clips spread online. Some claimed it was Wang Yibo's unreleased solo track, inspired by someone who once changed him deeply. The internet went wild with speculation that it was dedicated to Xiao Zhan. That same night, Xiao Zhan made his first public post in nearly a month. A simple image, the night sky, with the caption, "Some voices never fade, even if the world goes quiet." No names, no context, but to fans, it was crystal clear. The response was overwhelming. Comments flooded in by the millions. Is this his way of replying to Wang Yibo's song? Are they talking to each other through music and posts now? This is beyond friendship. This is a story of souls. Meanwhile, several close friends began to speak subtly in interviews. One anonymous insider said there's always been respect, care, and deep understanding between them. Fame complicated it, but it never erased it. The media tried to stir controversy, but the fans had already shifted the narrative. Instead of framing it as scandal, they began to celebrate it as something rare, a bond built on trust, silence, and shared history. By mid-month, Xiao Zhan finally broke his silence properly. In a live fan event stream to over 3 million viewers, he addressed the issue for the first time. When a fan cautiously asked about the audio, Xiao Zhan smiled gently and said, "Sometimes, feelings don't belong to the past or the future. They just exist. And that's enough." The crowd erupted in applause. He didn't confirm anything directly, but his words were enough to bring peace and spark another wave of emotional tributes online. Hours later, Wang Yibo liked a fan post quoting Xiao Zhan's line from that same event. And just like that, the internet broke again. What started as a leak turned into a poetic exchange, two artists expressing through gestures and art what words could no longer safely say aloud. By the end of the month, rumors surfaced that both Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo were secretly considering a reunion project, not a drama, but a documentary-style collaboration celebrating the Untamed's anniversary. Nothing has been confirmed yet, but producers have hinted that a powerful reunion might be in discussion. Whether or not it happens, fans already see this moment as a turning point. A story that began with controversy has evolved into something far more meaningful, a quiet understanding between two men who changed an entire generation's view of connection, courage, and emotional honesty. And maybe that's the real truth behind the leaked audio, not scandal, not confession, but a glimpse into something real, fragile, and human. This is K-Drama Cycle, where stories aren't just about drama, they're about the emotions that make even silence speak louder than words.